Hello, welcome to a new Super Soco TS 1200R E-Monster, Progetto E-Monster. A new video where I will test again the ability on the mountain of this 50cc moto, Chinese moto, with a short, relatively short, but with a lot of pendants, a sort of cliff, a mountain stage, which is the Palazzago Colle Pedrino stage. I am recording with the DJI Osmo. At this point, I know this feature, this camera is pretty good. Even if, in my opinion, is not perfect, and it lacks on slow motion, which is limited to 1080 or 720. Also, the HDR videos are limited to 1080, and even worse, when I shot a HDR video, there is no difference with the normal footage, so there is no way, don't lose time on that feature. Okay, the uphill is starting. I know this road, it's a difficult path, even on the bike, on a mountain bike, because as you see, there is this first uphill with good pendencies. But I am now on a Super Soco, on the Super Soco original battery, 85%. This is a very high pendencies part, where usually you get stuck there. To be clear, the horizon flat should be there. It's probably a 18%, this point, 19, 20%. Controller is temperature due. And then there is a downwind. Very insidious uphill, attenzione, the more pendants, new record, 22%, 23%, 23% of pendants, of positive pendants. But the Super Soco can deal with this. Going in the silence. And this is the Super Soco TS first generation stock, with the stock battery, 26 ampere, stock controller, stock motor. We are at Premaru, detto Prate Marone. There is an abandoned industry over there. altra rampa, another uphill. Sometimes I miss a pair of support to pat the place like Harley. The set of the Super Soco TS, which I am using, allow a really great customization of riding position. You can stay short, long, middle, monster, and with a pedalina even you can stay there. I said that this was a short uphill but strong, so here is the target. Colle Pedrino, tetto delle Prealpi. Piccola pausa, vai. This is a little road, narrow road, typical with no space. Stop. With 2 cars, you can go. 77% of charge. Of course, when you go uphill with your Super Soco, the more dependency is high, the more the consumption will go up, and also the controller temperature free. Go. With a sufferance, I am suffering with the motor. %, 19 km/h sufferance. The first part is more impedance. Pieghiamo per non perdere velocità. This is the real life. The electric engine is not fast on uphill, but he does it, and there is not even uncertainties or doubt. It has a very strong torque at the lower RPM, at the lower speed, lower rotation, so it feels like using a diesel, a trattorino diesel, a liter Same. It feels like using a little Goldoni trattore piccolino. He's not fast, but he does it. Temperature free. In case of 4 indicator, I will stop for a bit, because I don't want to melt my battery connector, which is a square connector, so there is some probability that will happen. The temperature of the Super Soco has controller, or the battery has a 10 place for the indicator. So now I am on 3/7, 3/10. Micro pausetta per farla passare la macchina. 4 indicatori. È meglio che ci cambiamo un attimo. Free. In the while I forgot whip. Okay, let's start again. Up there are i tracimenti cave? Tracimenti, sì. There is a cave. Oh fuck. It's really narrow. This is adventurous road. I was saying that above there is an Itachimenti cave with some explosions sometimes. They still use explosive to mine the mountain. Meaning I mean the meaning, the old school meaning of escaping the mountain. It's not a Bitcoin business. Let's listen the sound of the engine. I have to fix that porta targa. Chocal, località Chocal. Vai. Chocala is a little locality to get an idea of dependence. This is the panorama you see from there. Before the Super Soco was there, now is there. I noticed that when you go uphill, the Super Soco TS has a sound. You can hear the engine sound. In other situations, no. This is a bisha. Vai. Non frena perché siamo in salita. Here we are at Colle Pedrino location. This is also the onlyest bus station. Colle Pedrino, Colpedri. Now I will go just above there because I want to test a bit. I am now in a road that's going to the mini industry above. I am going to go up to the bridge, up to the, we call it la stanga. Oh, attenzione! I feel a loss of power, 57%, absurd consumption. Okay, here we are, there is a cliff. There are 2 dogs. Ah no, non è quello giusto. Lavoro di cava, evitato l'ingresso. There are 2 fierce dogs that said me to go over, to go there. Attenzione, 4 star of temperature. I have to slow down or my connector will melt. Always in the silence. Trattorino. Wait a moment, it's ending Colle Pedrino fraction of Palazzago. Where am I? Where am I? Of course, even there, which feels like flat, there is probably a 10 to 12% of pendants. The horizon is not there, but it's there. Attenzione mucche. Wait, cove. This area is very cold. Open il bauletto. This is the stop, the limit. As you see, there is a senso vietato. Another signal, forbidden access to the people not authorized, but this is the worst. Exploding of means, security limit. Work of meaning. I tacimenti. But just let's stay there. You can see this old, this ancient ruin, which is the old path of movement of rocks between there and the valley. That once it was on the open air with a stroke. It was with a telepheric, but now today below underground there is a tube. There is a sort of tube with a calculated appendices that go from there to a place in that direction, which is Villadad. So it's a nice technology, and this is a remembering of that past. I am tempted. I will not go ahead because it can be dangerous. There may be a fine. But I am a drone video footage from 2020, which is there on the upper right. And now this is a dangerous place. There are mines, there are dogs. Battery is 46%, but the other side is that in downhill the consumption may be way less. I am now descending using mostly the rear brake, but I know that it's wrong. I am trying to do some energy recovery. A little of throttle, braking a bit, the engine do a little of resistance, and one time, once I see the percentage to do a +1% after the downhill from Roncola to Almeno, but it took almost 40 minutes to get a +1%. But just to know that the Super Soco TS with the original battery, it has the energy recovery, recupero energetico. I have the icon blinking. The rear suspension is so bad. It's basically not doing the suspension. I am going down slower in order to get more time on energy recovery. With this moto you have to be careful to the temperature of the brake discs, because these are Chinese brake, quindi Chinese brake, so they are not probably not conformity European, not homologated, not fully homologated, as if you were riding a Ducati moto or even an Aprilia or a Piaggio Vespa. Those motos have a regular brake. While these have nice brakes, but that aren't rated for the downhill, for the sport. I am again at Colle Pedrino. Let's visit the center. I can hear a sound which means the rear disc, the rear brake disc is hot. It has this particular meaning. Let me check. Yahoo! Temperature is for sure 100 degrees. No temperature. The engine is only warm, but the brake is absolutely over 100 because it's automatically detaching the finger. The front disc is so warm, very warm. No? It's not hot like this one, but I think it's 100 degrees. This one, even this. So, if you are planning to do some mountain expedition with your Super Soco, be careful more on the downhill than on when you are go up. Don't go fast going downhill because the brakes are not good for that. I think that descending I will brake this downhill. I will brake in two parts. I am now taking a pause in the infamous and trendy pallet panchina. Let's take a B-roll. Okay, this particular situation highlight one of the major issues of the DJI Osmo, which is the recovery of light. Now I am recording in HDR. I don't know what will change. Comparison later. HDR is limited on 1080 30 pixels. This is the charge of the Sacré-Cœur, edificata created in 1887. Achille Locatelli painting. It's time to go down. Let's say hello to the silent location of Colle Pedrino, which is almost at the top of an air mountain. A very silent place, silent, windy place. I am now starting the descending, the downhill. Actually, there is a 46. a little of throttle in order to have recovery, and I am alternating the brakes, keeping the speed low, very low. I am not trusting the brakes, so staying at low speed, I can, when I want, I can jump away from the motor. Energy recovery, energy recovery. This is the panoramic point. There will be engine braking, but the Super Soco TS do not have engine braking. There is not a transmission, there is not a cinghia, so they decided to keep simpler the engine, the wheel engine, and there is not a serious, a perceived braking with the engine. Probably there is a 1-2% of slowing down, which is allowing some recovery, minimal, with the charging icon that blink. But on this first generation of the CTS, I don't know on the next. On the 2021 generation, if there is a braking, an engine braking. Let's enjoy the downhill. It's a really mountain part with a tournament. The rear brake is so flat, it's already so flat, it's most gone. I am sacrificing it. Piedino. I am using basically the rear brake to keep the front brake cold, because I know that the rear brake is a crap brake, is too much little disc, but the front brake, it has to be cold in case of risk of emergency braking. All in the silence. A little of full throttle. Okay, regeneration is active. Okay, I am almost at the end of the strong part of the descending. Let's check the brake temperature. there will be a thermometer, but I still don't bought it. The rear brake is so hot that I am not touching it, and I am cookan. I think it's 120 degree because it's the engine is not hot. Even this one, la pinza stessa è bollente. The Super Soco braking is really disappointing. The front is just hot, see. It's almost 100, but nothing special. The rear brake is really bad. I am now waiting a bit and slowing down on using the rear brake. In the wild, it's still 46% of autonomy. The best scenario for the recovery of energy is are these flat, downhill, so flat, but long. Lunghi farsi piani in discesa. You can really consuming zero energy or plus 1% energy. Colle Pedrino is a challenging down uphill. Respect to the cyclist. I don't think I will get a 47, but let's see. Okay. Energy recovery. We are now in the Pre-Cornelli area. Nice position. Keeping a little of throttle, but not in this part. This part is, I think, 20 to 25% of inclination. A dangerous straightoia. Ice cream holding. roll holding. It's a long regenerative braking session. I look like people who is using a normal moto, but he's going to save money, descending in fall, but it's not true. This is a electric motor. Ignoring. Still 46%. There is no gain. There is no gain. Probably this downhill is not as long to see a plus 1%. A little bit among. Not. I don't see. Let's ride normally. Okay, this was the Super Soco TS at the mountain, chapter 2, Colle Pedrino. I hope you enjoying. Drive Zev, be green, thanks for watching and bye. I hope you enjoyed this video, this uphill video. Always as possible drive Zev. Thanks for watching and bye.